All right, guys. We're going to be talking about the Aussie dollar, and then the Aussie dollar. Once again, purple lines, purple zones represents just my monthly levels. Weekly are my reds. We'll get to the blue lines right now. Um, there's really nothing to talk about. Once again, the monthly zones is just resistance. We're in that level. Actually, as a matter of fact, yeah, there is a little bit something to talk about this. The Aussie dollar on the monthly level. We're monthly support, guys. Um, so yeah, I'd be really careful as far as doing swing trades and trying to actually short this Aussie dollar. That's really the only thing to kind of just be mindful about. Let's go ahead and take it down to the weekly. Um, Weekly, we respected the week. We actually we broke out of that level, that weekly support, and we came into the next supposedly weekly support. We ripped out, came back for the retracement, and now we're pretty much stuck in between right now. Let's go ahead and talk about the dailies here now. Um, the daily is that uh, I mean, we're just I'm just pretty much giving you guys out what are my picks for my daily supply. That's my daily supply right there. And I like it when once again, I like my levels when I combine them with a lower time frame support and resistance, and that level just played out really well. That was a couple of weeks back. But at any rate, that's still supply right there. I didn't happen to find any really good quality demand zones right there. So let's go ahead and bring it down on the 4 hour, and this is where I start trading. All right, guys. What's going to happen with this Aussie dollar? Well, I kind of already have a game plan set for this Aussie dollar. So if the dollar goes down, as remember what we talked about, well, you know what, I had a favorite pair for me to trade this week would be the pound. Well, what if that game plan doesn't work? What if the dollar decides to actually start shooting down, right? If the dollar decides to, we're not going to take it any higher than the 600. We're going to work off that 600. We're going to rip out the 555. Once we rip out the 550, it's pretty much game on for the 475 level. Okay, so if that plan works out like that, well, I have a backup plan. My backup plan is that if the dollar goes down, then you should expect the Aussie dollar to swing back up. And the good thing about this is that we have a lot of opposing demand right here. We have demand, and demand right there. And it's just, for me, the only way I'll consider shorting this Aussie dollar is if we break that 63.75 level on a 4 hour candle. I need a 4 hour candle to break that. And even if it breaks that, I have support and other time frames that at that point I would expect the pullback, um, and then continue on writing it down. Okay, that's one game plan. Now, but then again, remember that if we set the dollar actually goes up, then we should actually expect. Sorry, testing. I'm sorry. Um, so that's one game plan. And then we said that, well, what if the dollar decides to shoot down? If the dollar decides to shoot down, and then this Aussie dollar should go up. So that means that this level is going to get respected. So uh, I'd be looking pretty much for levels right around there. And the only way I'll actually trade this is where one of these periods where you really have to switch gears. You really have to switch gears and say, hey, you know what? Okay, so if we're expecting that the 600 is going to work out, I'm sorry, let me bring back this dollar. If we're expecting that this 600 is going to work out, and maybe you want to get a little bit more aggressive. You say, you know, yeah, that 6 level is going to work out. We're already getting the bend. Well, then at that point, I'd be looking for the Aussie dollar and say, you know what, let's go ahead and let's start shooting it out. But just know that you're risking a little bit much more, right? For those FOMO traders, right? But you're still gonna have to cover. You're really gonna have to cover the entire zone right there. Um, that's one way. And then the other way would be is that um, you actually wait until you get the 550. And then, but the problem is that once you actually wait until you break the 550, at that point, the Aussie dollar should actually start, you'll probably catch it at that point. I think I said it wrong before, but actually now you're going to be risking a little bit much more if you wait, right? Because now you have to take the entire zone, okay? Or taking it out as a day trade. All right. Remember, we could also take it as a day trade, where we're now saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, that's a little bit too much off my what I normally do. Let's switch it to a day trade. And you know what? What if that for that given day, the Aussie is just a really strong currency, and the dollar obviously is going to be a weak currency, then yeah, go ahead and take it. But you don't have to take the entire zone. You can actually take it based off that, maybe off that 2 hour zone right there. All right. And then your risk reward actually is much better now. Okay. And then at that point, I would actually expect to bounce right around the 64.50, but it's really nothing major. I would just write it because it, I mean, look at what we've been doing, right? So we're actually coming down here. I would expect to actually end the week right on the 65.50, the 70, 75 level. I would actually expect to end the week right around here, right around this level, if the dollar index decides to go down, guys. That's pretty much it for the dollar. For I'm sorry, for the Aussie dollar, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.